Hatapu, Hatapu, Herunefer, Herunefer. Anuk, Saban Pu Kamut, Amnached Shamsu Aminra. Looking forward to getting our class in today as we get in with this adumbration. So we're going to start with our Shaashaa. And we're going to bring back an old favorite, but we're going to do it since we need to get it in today, as the weather is shifting and changing, and some of us may be experiencing increased exposure to airborne pathogens. And not just airborne pathogens, but that's one reason. We're going to focus today a bit more on ways to elevate the immune system and some daily things that you can do that'll generate health and wellness, and in particularly cool, cold environments will aid you. So we're going to do the Qi, what we call the Qi face massage. And then we're going to get into the all over body check-in. And we're going to get into then our Qigong and Asar stance. We're going to do the form. We're going to get to the wisdom from the sages of the ages. Of course, we're going to do that after we get to our breathing exercises and our kneeling and push-ups. So we'll get it in. And again, that's why it's called an adumbration, because the way I delivered it was not in linear fashion. I'm moving a little non-linearly today, although the session will progress in a logical, understandable fashion. So we should be able to get it all in. All right, so that being said, firstly, we're going to bow in, and we're going to sit back down so we can get to the Qi face massage. Get everybody going. So let's bow in, and we say, to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. All right. So get to a good spot where you can see, and if you're like me and you are bespectacled for these exercises, it may behoove you to watch, because we do them twice when you do them at home. I'm going to review them. We've done them lots of times. It's just been a while. Okay. And when it gets cooler, it can be very helpful, because as the body responds to cooler, the nasal passages start to constrict and contract, particularly if you're from a place where it gets cold and you're not used to the cold, or someone like me who's got a wide nose and it starts to get cold and my body has to adapt. And even though my body adapts and gets used to it, I really would prefer a nice warm place. So we're going to get started here. And what we want you to do is, you know how we've done the bellows breathing. So I want you to do the bellows breathing. See the fire in the belly get hot. See that roaring fire. Now what I want you to do, once you take your hands, you're going to rub your hands in a circular motion, okay? And I want you to see the palms of the faster and faster. I want you to see the palms of the hands getting hot. And when you feel the palms are as hot as they can get, hot as you can stand, you take them, you place them over the eyes. You're going to take this right here, the ridge of the palm, and place it on top of this bone right there on both sides. And the hands come here. You place them so you should feel it over the eye, okay? You hold it there until the hands cool. And we do it 2 times. So that was a time for you to watch in case you need your glasses to see. So we'll do it one more time again. Place it on top of that bone, and the hands go all the way here, wherever your hands go. See? See? Hold it until they cool. The second set is going to go here. Do it again. Remember, this is our observation set, although when you're at home by yourself, you do it twice. You get hot, and now you're going to take that ridge palm and place it not on top of the cheekbone, but place it up on top of the orbital bone right here underneath the eye. You're going to place it right there, both hands, and come down. And don't squeeze on the nostril, okay? Just right here. The hands are relaxed on the side of the head, the thumb there, see? Keep on doing your bellows breathing while you're doing so. All right, one more time. And this one, you should feel the center of the palm right above the ridge on top of your eyes. So you should feel the warmth on the eyes and the forehead. You should feel a little bit of expansion of the nasal passages that pass right behind the forehead, right behind the eyes. Okay? Come down. You might even see your vision might even be a little clearer right now. Okay? Keep going. Now this time, you're going to do is you're going to place the hand on top of the temple, take it down the side of the head. It's almost like we're blocking or striking with the elbow after sun rises, but it's put it here, over the temples. Keep your shoulders relaxed, and you want your fingers pointing towards the back of the head. All right. Again, remember, whatever we do 2 times. And this time, I'm going to create a little space here around my neck. You're going to place your hands over the ears. They're going to come back right behind what we call was where the optic nerve comes all the way to the back of the head. That's where we're going to go ahead. And you're going to place those fingers back there where you get your pre-visual cortex and your visual cortex. So you're going to here, hands over the ears, coming all the way around. And if possible, depending on how your body is oriented, the middle finger on both hands should touch at the center of the back of the head. But again, every body is different. So the distance between your ears around the back of the head may not be the length of your hand in the same way it is for me, because we all have different head shapes. But it's a fun experiment, so you can check it out. Okay, again, it's really important that we take the time to observe the body's natural measurements. Okay, here. I know some of you watching at home may have questions like, my physical mobility doesn't enable me right now to move it in all of these orientations. What can I do? Okay, so I'm going to come to that right after we do this last one as I review it. And then I'll talk to you about exactly what you can do. So you're going to rub the hands. Then you're going to place them here under the chin. Right here. So palms are really close, like over the carotid artery, not squeezing the throat, and go around to the back. Let me do it one more time. Now, this is the ideal way to do it. Folks should work towards it as best they can. If you have a challenge, like you may be working with something you're not able to do, what I suggest you do is you take a hot towel, take a towel, turn your faucet water on hot, as hot as you can take it. Put your hand towel and face towel in the water, wring it out, and you're going to place it across your body in this way. So for this one, you're going to take that towel and place it across the face and just hold it. As it cools, a couple of ways you can do this, but the easiest way is just hit that hot water again, wring it out, and do it again. Across the face this way, okay? That hits the nasal passages, and then you do it across the forehead. And then if you want, you can do it across one ear or the other. Don't get the head, you don't want to get the back of the head wet. We're not trying to have you be wet. We want you to get it dried out well. We want the steam and the moist heat to be up against the flesh, okay? Because that is part of what is the expansion that's happening. And we're doing it slightly differently with the use of the hands. And then, of course, you place it across the back of the neck and then across both sides of the neck with the warm towel, okay? All right, because I want to make sure that everyone that's watching has an opportunity to do this with us. And I want you to understand that the folks that taught this, not just to me, but that are teaching to the world, want it to be done in a way that's very simple. And so doing it with your hands, it may feel a little more complex, but that really is simple because usually your hands are always with you, okay? And if they are at a place where you're not able to do it through some other physical challenge, it may be that you're recovering from an injury, or it may be that your body's flexibility is not allowing it today. So what we do is you use the warm towel and the moist heat, okay? And that is the Qi face massage. Ideally, you want to do that every day. I like to do it before the all-over body check-in, primarily because, let me tell you, so there's some things you could do. That's one of those things that do right as you sit up at the side of the bed, I can knock that out. And then depending on how my body is responding, and again, this is day to day, some days it's like, whew, do I really have to get up? Not a have to get up, but it's more of a, man, it's a little brisk out there. Let me see what it's like. And through doing the Tai Chi and the Qigong and the yoga, breathing all this time, I can get out of the bed. It could be 35, 37 degrees. And it's like, okay, this feels good. This is brisk. And the body adapts. And I do some breathing right there. And then I get to the all over body check-in and Qi face massage. Do them in either order, but I just want you to understand that in the morning, depending on where you are, how you are, you may want to get up, get that water. And so back here, my water is at about 35, 40 degrees. So I'm not drinking the cool water. You want your water to be as close to warmer that you take in, because that has different consequences. And I may talk about that later on as we get into the winter. That'll be one of our Sunday chats. What we want to do is to create the space. So then you get up, you go, and while you're in your throne room, spend a little time with your intestinal evacuation or your bladder evacuation in the morning. That would be a time you could do some deep breathing, and in between activities, you can get the Qi face massage in. Okay. I'm about efficiency and productivity sometimes, so that way you don't have to keep going back and doing the same things multiple times. Now, what we're going to get to then is the all-over body check-in. We're going to do it not abbreviated, but we're going to do it fewer times today because we've already been moving around. The head should feel a lot warmer than it did when we started, and we got to part of the warming up the neck. Okay? So now, let's go ahead and get on up and do it. Let's bring that in a little bit first. There we go. All right, so on our feet parallel, shoulders width. Bring it in with the hands, shift the weight. We're going to start with that left foot. Take it around in a circle. And take it the other direction. Place it down heel first. Keep the toes up. Wiggle the toes. And start with the big toe on that foot, one at a time, one toe at a time. To the next foot, next. Working your way down to the pinky toe. Place it down and shift the weight. And we do our other foot. And we take it the other direction. We place it down. Wiggle the toes. One toe at a time. All the way to the pinky toe. Place that foot down, balance the weight between the legs as we shoulders width apart, and we're going to start with that left shoulder. Full range of motion. And the shoulders should be okay because we use the shoulders to run the hands in a circle, right? When we were doing our chi face massage. So we got a couple of ways we check in on the shoulders and wrists. And now we take it to the front. And we start with the other shoulder to the back. And now let's go to the front. All right, there we go, starting with the left hand. Change direction, go the opposite way. And let's wiggle those fingers. And then one at a time. Switching hands. Other direction. Wiggle the fingers. One at a time. All right. Go ahead. Now we're going to start left to right with the head. And while we're looking over the left shoulder, we're going to take it up and down, tucking the chin and lifting the chin up. And then looking over the right shoulder, taking the chin down and up. Right in the center. Up and down with the chin. Take the head around in a circle. And on your next in breath, take it the opposite direction. Remember to go where your body allows you to go. Listen to your body. Next in breath, bring it right back to front and center. Probably shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Excellent. All right. Wu Chi. All right, and you're going to want to Wu Chi pyramid hands into either feet parallel or stepping across a little wider than shoulders width. Here we go. Put the hands in, Asar stance position. 12 breaths. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight to the right and slide that left foot into Wu Chi position. And shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. Bring it up here into the KhASA position. 2 breaths. Palms facing forward, 2 breaths. Shift and pivot into the dua position. Stepping back. And into the gathering. All right. From here, I'm going to go into swinging arms. Let them swing. And let them naturally stop due to friction. Now we're going to do twisting exercise that works the hips and spine, shifting the weight. I'm going to turn, bring it here. I'm going to come back. And hit right behind the kidneys, across the chest. So we start here at the top of the shoulders. The back taps the kidneys. Turning the waist. Then we come down the front of the body, gently. So we're over right now, like the stomach and liver, a little closer, while still tapping behind the kidneys. And then come back up the body, with impacting the internal organs. All right, and let it stop. All right. That feels good. We got it going. Now, it's another way to swing the arms, working different parts of the body. We're going to be feet parallel, shoulders width. We're going to get to the short form. So if you're ready to get started, feet parallel, shoulders width, check in with your body. Check your space. Well, our space should be checked already, but just in case, check your space. All right, make sure you have the little bit of space that we need to do the form. I think I'll do that today too. Okay. As you can make adjustments, we've been doing this a while now. So let's sink down. I'll talk about it after this. Here we go. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. So what I mean is, we really can do it in space that's as long as your arms, okay? So if you have this amount of space, okay, in 360 degrees, you should be able to do the short form, okay? But you don't have to take super long steps. Now, as you get in your practice, you may want to get a deeper stance, or you may want to work at different levels. So you'll have the opportunity in practice to do so. But for us and for y'all at this intermediate stage, beginner, intermediate, perfectly fine to take smaller steps. So here we go. Show you what I mean. Let's go. Great. Right in that space. And now, advanced students can actually be able to grab a seat. I'm going to do it from this position today. You can sit tall. You can see the hands here. It's quite brisk in the room, and like I shared before, when it's brisk like this, you don't want your bones not against concrete if you can help it. Get up and rise into the body. All right. So today, I want you to do is a variation on one of the standing postures for the alternate breathing. We're going to work the alternate channels a little differently. The hand is here. So we're going to do it like that. So you're going to bring it up and over, in breath, and then out, we exchange. Got it? So it's in and out. In, out. In, out. Remember, bellows breathing. In. Keep this hand up as you breathe out. Bring the other hand up. Breathing in. Turn the palms up to the sky. Breathing in some more. Press them up. In some more. Press. Fill up the lungs. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Front and center. Exhale. Thumb and index finger touching, palms up. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Breathing in and out 10 times fast fire breath. Deep breath in. Tuck the chin. Release. In through the nostrils. Out through the nostrils. Normal bellows breathing in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. Palms down on top of the knees, breathing in, out through the mouth. Again, cleansing breath in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Excellent work. Now we're going to get in here and get to our wisdom from the sages of the ages. As usual, we start with the essence of Tai Chi Chuan literary tradition. And this comes from, I believe it's the Song of the 13 Postures. Is that what we got here? Yes. No, this is the Song of Form and Function by Grandmaster Chen Manqing. Tai Chi Chuan, 13 postures. The marvel lies in the two breaths divided into yin-yang. It transforms the myriad and returns to the one. Returns to the one. Tai Chi Chuan. The two primordial powers and the four manifestations are chaos and boundless. To ride the winds, how about suspending the head top? I have some words to reveal now to those who can know. We'll come at that next time. Teachings of Ptah Hotep. If you are angered by a misdeed, then lean towards a person on account of their rightness. Pass over the misdeed and don't remember it. Since God was silent to you on the first day of your misdeed. And Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching, the way of government. Tao is eternal and devoid of action, yet there is nothing it does not do. If kings and nobles can preserve it intact, the 10,000 things will reform of themselves. If after the reform they desire to be active, I shall calm them with the nameless simplicity. The nameless simplicity will induce desirelessness. Desirelessness will tend to quiescence, and the world will set itself on the right course. All right. Wonderful session today. Please take the opportunity, as these are perishable skills that you are learning. So you need to practice them as consistently as you can. Fortunately, we are preserving them on video on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching this there, not our live session, please remember to like, share, subscribe. Really appreciate it. If you can, if you really enjoy it, hit that bell button so every time we get a new video up, you get a notification. Grateful to have you here with us today. It's a wonderful time of year to be with you, time of year where we begin to coalesce in our homes. We begin to be near family and friends and loved ones. And remember, all of us are walking a journey that is our own, walking a path that we alone must walk. Others are not necessarily meant to understand it, but we can empathize and sympathize with them on their journey, and we ask them to do the same in ours, purely to be respectful. If you find yourself in places where that can be challenging as we go forward in this time, I'm going to be posting some ways to reclaim the body, to reclaim sovereignty over your nervous system in case you get triggered during this time. We're posting them on our website this week, on our YouTube, so please take the opportunity to check it out. Now we'll bow out. To all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Asar. Recognizing the ancestors and honoring the eternal witnesses of earth and sky, I bid you Hotep, peace. Ankh Uja Seneb, life, health, and strength. Amen Re, Nesut Neche, Latin Re, Nebenonk. Fetapu. Peace to you and yours. recognizing that the hidden rules the revealed rules life. And for you, good day. Harunafer. Achapu. I am Saban Pukamut. Hem Chen Shamsu Amin Ra. Achapu.